Adventure is in my blood. Finding treasures big or small and having fun is what it's all about. With my wife Melissa and our 3 kids, life is pretty full. But there isn't a mountain we can't climb together. This isn't your ordinary antique store. My name is Alex Archbold and this is Curiosity Inc. Made it safe and sound to Toronto. Flight was a little bumpy, but overall not too bad. Just waiting for my car from Alamo. That's where I'm getting it from. Remember the Alamo? That's where it's coming. Look, they even have indoor skydiving. I've done that before, just never on purpose. A direct view of Niagara Falls. And I think if we look off in the distance, right out that way, you can see the old barge. There it is. That's the one that is getting closer to falling down the falls. The ship that got trapped there at one point. Here we are, right on the US-Canada border at Niagara Falls. I'll have to do sightseeing a little later on because I'm waiting for an Uber to come, because I don't want to pay for parking more than once today, to take me to the Evel Knievel Museum. We're going to do a little walk around there. It's also one of the main reasons why I made this trip, as I've heard some of the antiques inside the museum might be for sale. Well, this is the place. It's likely going to be an experience. Let's go inside, see what he has. Let's see what's inside. Holy cow, it's pretty full in here. Went all out with that cowbell for the front door. Holy cow, look at all this stuff, guys. Barber poles. Pinball machine. I had a chance to buy a whole bunch of those once and I paused and missed out, sadly. That would have been a really good buy though. They're early 70s Star Trek machine. I'm looking all around this shop and it is full right up to the roof with all kinds of cool stuff. And we had somebody pop in who actually watches the YouTube channel.
Hi, I'm Vera. I'm one of the people with the little diamond next to my name on your Facebook.
Oh, top fan.
There you go, top fan. I couldn't think of the name.
You saw me wandering around in front of the store.
Yeah, I had time to kill. I didn't know what the weather would be like, so I live in Welland, Ontario, so it's about 20 minutes from here. So I thought I'd drive in and look around, maybe do some shopping.
Well,
and
sure.
I'm driving down the street and I see this guy taking video with his phone. I said, gosh, I bet you that's Alex. So
have a look all around the shop. Let's browse exactly together. Let's see what there is.
I had one of these and I gave it away. I lent it to someone at work 20 years ago.
Well, that's your chance to get it back.
I'm getting it back.
Like the Sessions airplane clock. I really love the transcontinental airline plane. That's a really neat piece. You just really have to look because everywhere you look, there's something new to find. Cardiography machine. Hey, it's an ambulance, almost just like mine. It's a late 1940s metalcraft airplane ashtray. Now this is the tray version. Some of them had ashtrays where you'd put out your cigarettes. These were made actually in Ontario, the province I'm in right now, so you see them around here more often. And I have to try and get a price on that. Of course, I have to check out the watches. I am a sucker for a good mechanical watch. See if there's any high-end ones here. I'm sure he knows what they are, so probably not gonna be too many surprises in here, but you never know.
This one here.
Vera is busy shopping. I spy a standard gauge Lionel set.
Even the rims are all the way to the top.
So did they sponsor this bike? Did Louis Vuitton sponsor it?
From my information is, yeah, I guess if they didn't sponsor it, must have been one real Louis Vuitton collector that just spent all kinds of crazy money from 2007 to 2014. And there's Robbie on it there and there. And then they raffled it off. And this lady, that's the winning ticket there. She's a police officer at Butte, Montana Police. She won it, her and her husband. And sat in their garage. They don't have a motorcycle license, so it sat in their garage from 2014.
Well, there are definitely quite a few crazy custom bikes inside this museum. Lots of tributes to Evel Knievel with paraphernalia. And it's just everywhere. Just every single square inch. Now, I'm hoping that I can find something I might be able to buy. Now, Mark tells me he's got the space up for sale, so anything in here could potentially be up for grabs. Nice old Wurlitzer. That's I think a Mammoth steam car. Hiccups are gonna be the end of me here. Some steam toys. Nice detailed little Harley Davidson model. There is an upstairs here too. We're gonna go explore. He's got all kinds of things in showcases and mounted on the walls. I think pretty much everywhere you could put something, he did. Now, apparently that's Elvis Presley's guitar. It says that he gave it to a young waitress while he was touring. It's signed, presumably by Elvis. I'm gonna ask him. You gotta find out what an Elvis Presley guitar is worth. Well, here's something more my speed. It's vintage coin-operated game. So we've got the Your Favorites, which plays films from the time. Then there's a little horse race game too. Those are pretty cool. Midway.
This is a really good place up here, the distillery and the craft brewery. This section is really nice.
And I essentially picked what for everybody else in this hotel would have been a honeymoon suite. I'm here by myself. And while I was sleeping silently and enjoying my night of not hiccuping, I don't know what anybody else in this hotel was up to last night. Well, I'm off for breakfast. This morning I stopped at Ihop, which if you come to Niagara Falls, the Ihop also looks out over top of Niagara Falls. Everything here seems to look out at these falls. Well, the view is nice here. You definitely pay the price for it. I've never been to an Ihop that had prices like this. The hamburgers, guys, I kid you not, they're $30 each for a hamburger. It's nuts. I'm just trying to get bacon and eggs, and everything has like a $30 price tag attached to it. And this is probably one of the cheaper places to eat in town. Those prices might also explain why I'm one of maybe 3 people in this entire restaurant. This is Canada on the left. That is the United States on the right. And you can see there's actually 2 falls. There's one right there. Look, I have a massive finger. It's the size of a waterfall. And then there's another one right there. That's the main falls. You'd think just having the one falls would have been enough for most people, but that's the main draw right there, Horseshoe Falls. The Revolving Restaurant and Needle is kind of less remarkable during the day. During the day, it looks like a Soviet era, I don't know, missile control tower or something that's been abandoned. I actually thought it was burnt out. I thought something was wrong with it, but they do light it up at night and it looks kind of cool at night, but I guess nobody wants to climb all the way up there and paint that thing. I wouldn't want to. Of course, the falls are the big attraction, but it is freezing cold outside. I've got to head off to a completely different town, so I'm going to hit the road and get out of here. Before I do, though, I'll show you some of the other things there are to see while you're in Niagara Falls. I'll do a little drive-by of the I guess, the tourist area. And oddly, there's a lot of haunted houses in town. I guess falling over the falls isn't creepy enough for some people. You gotta get scared out of your wits.
Be cautious of the things you see out of the corner of your eye. Might not be the only noise you'll hear. Remember, after entering the house,
It's hard to describe Niagara Falls. I mean, on one hand, you've got the majesty of nature and all her beauty with the waterfall, but the town itself is kind of like, well, it's like a year-round Midway and pawn shop. In fact, they should just change the name of this town to Year-Round Carnival and Pawn Shop, because that's pretty much what it is. This one I thought was pretty creative. It's an upside down house. They built the entire house upside down. You go through it as though you're walking on the roof. Kind of a creative concept, you know? And that's what it looks like. It looks like an upside down house. So I didn't end up striking a deal with Mark on any of the antiques per se. I don't think he was quite ready to get rid of some of the items, but maybe when that time comes down the road, we can hammer out a deal. I did like Penny Machine, the old film viewer, and some other stuff, but all in all, it was a really interesting trip. I'm glad I had a chance to get down there. Glad I had a chance to check out his shop. And one of these days when I'm feeling better, I will probably see if Melissa wants to come with me for starters. I'm sure she'd like to see the falls and maybe take in more of the sights. But thanks for coming along on this adventure where we visited Mark's pawn shop and Evel Knievel Museum. Like I said, pawn shops and attractions. in his place, it was 2 in 1. And yeah, we did a few little travel vlogs around Ontario, so you can check those out on this channel too. Thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll see you all soon, and bye for now.